Sam, what up? You are now tuned into the Break Free Podcast Show. Boy, wicked beat. Blang, blang, blang. Break free. Worldwide. Break free. Worldwide. Break free. Worldwide. Break free. Worldwide.
Looking at that intro, we're some pretty cool guys, I would say.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
Pretty
I
cool,
like
man.
the part where you spilled those Skittles on the.
You like that?
Yeah, I like.
I had to do it twice though. For the video, it looks like I just shot it once, but I did it twice.
Yeah, well, you
Making
know,
me drop my
usually
Skittles in the
usually
hotel.
we're one take wonders, but sometimes it takes a little two takes, three takes.
It might take a little
On a bad
longer.
day,
It might take
you
a
know?
little longer.
Well, I'm feeling good. Are you feeling good, sir?
I'm feeling great, man.
How are y'all out there? We want to hear from y'all. You know, if you're in the chat box, drop something. We have a Zoom link in the description for you guys to join on and engage with us. That was a dope feature we added last time. We got to talk to Drift, Zushi Africa. some of
Yeah.
the
Who
Africa
else?
East-
Anton.
And we talked to Vamp last time as
Vamp,
well, our boy Vamp.
B girl from Argentina jumped on, but I think she was having trouble with her sound.
Adanita.
But yeah,
Yeah,
shout out to B girl Adanita
Argentina.
representing.
Yeah, man. So I think in the spirit of we're dropping all these names, and I'm thinking about like from what corners of the world they're coming from. Like that has been, of course, with the event and everything that Break Free Worldwide ourselves have been trying to supplement to the culture, like making things accessible. We're keeping things moving, and we're trying to be inclusive of everybody and give everybody opportunity. We talked about accessibility last time, you know.
Yeah.
So I know last episode we talked about the Worldwide Escape,
Yeah.
this global online workshop series
Yeah.
that we're doing at the end of this month. And registrations have been coming in. We're super excited for that. And
there's still time to register.
There's still
So
time to register.
it's not till the end of the month, so you guys have time. That workshop series is running between May 28th and May 30th.
Mhm.
Registration is still open,
Mhm.
so take a shot, man. It's an opportunity. It's absolutely free. It's a good time to connect and build with you guys. So
yeah, and then keeping it moving in the fashion of what we do and planning ahead and giving opportunities to everybody. We have Break Free Day Worldwide Championship registration opening tomorrow. So,
another one.
yeah, we the spot has been blown up on IG. A lot of people have been hype about that. I've been getting personal messages of people ready to register. So I'm really excited to see what this second go around
Yeah,
is.
it's cool. Like you said, we keep it moving. We find ways to just keep things going for the community. But at the same time, man, let's shout out everybody else that's been doing stuff. I know Groove Session out in Switzerland.
They just did that B-Girl battle.
Yeah, they just did the B-Girl competition, which is really dope because, they just serve as another player contributing to the scene. And so, whether you're excited or not about the online competitions, I think that it's a great resource for the current times and even in the future. Again, it's just another platform. You don't have to accept it, but some people do. And we should support the people that do because they may not have another option. So I'm a guy who loves options. I like to have options. And growing up, I didn't have a lot of options.
Yeah.
So that's why some of us started breaking because we couldn't afford to go to a different extracurricular activity or we didn't find another way to express ourselves. And so that's why options for me are like a important foundation to have. And so I love the idea that, there are B-boys and B-girls that are supporting these online competitions. And I'm not even talking about to try to get support for Break Free. That's not what this is. What this is, it's just highlighting that there are people and B-boys and B-girls and dancers worldwide who don't have an opportunity to travel to a ton of events. And if this is their opportunity, we should fully motivate them and support them to do it because as community contributors, that is key, right? It should never be about always what we want, but it's about what other people want as well. And in order for our scene and our community to continue to grow, we have to continue to support them as well, right? If we only support the initiatives that we do, then I feel like we're failing as a community contributor to take steps forward. And so shout out to Groove Session.
There's a ton of people doing it, man.
There's
dope online battles going.
Yeah.
Beast, who is our events coordinator here at Break Free, he's actually in the semifinals for one of them, man. So
yeah, exactly. And so again, I don't know everybody that's doing them. I wish I did. I can highlight everybody's crew or promoter names that are doing these events. But if you are listening and you are doing these type of events or running Zoom sessions to get classes going or community gatherings and just engagement, props to you because it's what's needed. We need to be able to support each other. This is not about one entity doing more than the other or their event is better than this person's event. It's about just supporting the people that actually have a platform now.
Yeah.
A lot of these people did not have a platform to showcase and express their talent or their ability to just create. Sometimes we create, but we stay within our own boxes and it never gets shown to the world. And so shout out to everybody that's contributing and allowing for other people to contribute their talent to your platform. And so,
man, what comes to mind is like, I want to take the time to shout out some of our family in hip hop culture, a lot of events that put on and who we closely collaborate, like Notorious IBE, Battle of the Year, Catch the Flavor Camp. What just came to my mind right now is like, if they took the opportunity to try and, let's just say, throw a virtual IBE, like how ill would that be? How crazy would that be?
That's what I'm saying. And again, it'd be super crazy, but at the same time, there would be some people that might not be interested in it. But at the end of the day, it's about just finding a way to continue to be resourceful.
Yeah.
And
a platform is a platform.
A platform is a platform. And again, some of us might like it, some of us may not. But to be resourceful, it should be an end goal for everybody. So if you're doing something because you love to do it, that's great. But if it's beyond, like, if you want to do something beyond what you're good at, find a way to be resourceful, teach, compete, direct somebody into the, into a direction where they need to be headed to, inspire them, give them a word of encouragement, tell them what's going on in the scene, be a kind of a news platform for them, because not everybody has access the way we have access. And so I know there's a lot of things that we're doing, Break Free as an organization, but I think that it's also time to be informative and to educate you guys that it's important to use the current resources that we have and find a way to go big with them.
Yeah, I tend to, man, in our day-to-day grind here at Break Free, I always try to remind myself, like, the top vision of what, like the simplistic top vision of what we're trying to do. And I go back to the core of it, of what hip hop is: peace, love, unity, and having fun. Yeah. That's in our mission statement, right? Yeah. So when on the day-to-day grind, maybe if I like am dealing with a lot and I'm managing this and managing that and we have a lot on our plate, I'll take a step back, I'll take a breather, and I'll be like, we're really trying to bring these ideals to the light for the global community. So that's what I view, our mission. And any, like, there's countless organizations out there who are doing this type of work too. That's their basic goal and basic vision, is turning these ideals into reality, making the world a more peaceful place, making the world a more united place, making the world a more loving place, and making the world a more fun place. And I think when it comes to unity, we talked about this last time, but I think we have to understand that true unity is global unity. Not just unity amongst our personal circles. Right. Like, it's great if we can unify everybody within this room and everybody within Break Free. Right. But if we can truly unify the whole scene, and we can truly unify the world, like that's really actualizing these ideals, right? Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say, is that, there's a lot of people doing these things, and, we come from a place where not everything's perfect, and you have high expectations for people, and if it's not to your expectations, it's not good, but it might be great for other people. You know what I mean? It might be great. And so let's just continue to be informative. Let's just continue to be helpful. Let's continue to be resourceful. And that's what we need to do. I'm looking over at the chat box and I saw The Crossroads. The Crossroads is another podcast. I'm actually jumping on their podcast today at 4 p.m. Houston time. And so shout out to The Crossroads. They do a good job of connecting with, community competitors, ambassadors, people in the scene, just to try to hear their story and their side of their journey. That's a unifying name, Crossroads. Yeah, exactly. And so again, it should not be a competitive atmosphere in a sense where these people are doing it better or no, everyone is trying to contribute. And at the end of the day, that's the overall goal. It's just contribution. Give what you can, and that's okay. Because some people, they talk about it, but they're not walking the walk. And it's important just to continue to be a platform for people, whether it's at the smallest level. And remember that smallest level to you might be the biggest level to somebody else. Mm-hmm. And I learned that when we did our championship event, where,
some people, might have been like, oh man, I just, wish I had a bigger space, or I wish I had a stronger Wi-Fi connection or something like that. And then I saw other people who were literally dancing outside and enjoying it and going full out, and, were dancing like they had the best and strongest Wi-Fi connection or the best dance floor, but they were enjoying it. And again, it's the smallest things that matter. And I know that we hear that so much, but it's absolutely true. It is absolutely true. And we're very fortunate to be able to, contribute on a weekly basis, and hopefully we can continue to do more. But at the same time, if there are other people, whether people tuning in our chat box or, all around the world that are just watching or watch this video or this podcast later on, just encourage you guys, just find a way to do more. And when I say do more, it's basically do what you can, because sometimes we get so caught up in the idea that we don't have the resources to do whatever. If you have a phone, you're pretty resourceful, and that's turning on your IG Live, making a post that's informative for somebody else, that's a part of your following. And so, that's just my biggest recommendation, is just find a way to contribute.
Yeah, and going into our next initiative with Break Free Day, I think it's important because of the great feedback we've gotten from the event, and even just the hype around this one. The judges are being announced today, actually, so go to our Instagram. I'm not going to give away the full lineup, but it's crazy. Still crazy to see the people we have on board, and on that aspect too, I see that for the competitors as a bonus, as an incentive. If you are battling and you get to hear feedback from, let's just say from our last event, from Ken Swift, you know what I'm saying? You get to hear Ken Swift give your live feedback and engage with him right there.
That's exciting and scary.
Yeah, it really is at the same time, So, man, we got a really dope judges lineup that's being announced today in our IG. Go follow us there to figure out who that is. We did the prize breakdown yesterday, so over $25,000 in cash prizes being given away amongst the 4 categories. I know the first place. Let's talk about the first place giveaways for B-Boy and B-Girls, $2,500.
Yeah, and for all styles.
And for all styles, $2,500 first place. And
then for the youth category, 16 and under is $1,250, so it's half that. And we really try to do. We really try to do our best to try to be as equal as we can across the board, just because it's important for us. I don't think that anybody should be different, from a category perspective. Obviously, from a kid's perspective, it's a little bit different. I think youth, it's good to incentivize what they're doing, but at the same time, they still are kids, and so, we felt like this is the best way, and it's still a lot of money. It's still a lot of money.
$1,250?
Yeah, $1,250 is still a lot of money for a kid, and so
it's a lot of Happy Meals.
And hopefully it's beyond Happy Meals. Hopefully they invested to themselves and buy something better. But at the same time, we really try to do a good job of trying to generate some equality.
But speak on that, because you were a kid, 14, 15 years old, traveling around the world, and through breaking, you were able to get your life changed at 14 and 15.
Yeah.
So can you speak on that specifically for the youth categories and all the...
Well, I remember when I first started, I was about 11, 12 years old. And I remember my first one-on-one competition that I won. It was in Houston at a church bazaar. It's basically like a festival.
Yeah.
And it was like a dance competition, so it wasn't like a breaking competition. And then I'm going up in the final against this, I don't know, some type of dancer, right? But I won, and I had a trophy. I had a 4-foot trophy. And I was super excited.
And you were 4 feet tall too.
I was, the trophy was probably bigger than me. But that was kind of my first competition win. I won a trophy, and then I remember I did another event in Houston, and I think that I ended up winning $50, $25. It was $25 or $50. I don't remember. And I was like, whoa, we can make money off this. And I think the next biggest prize in the next 2 or 3 years was $250. And then prizes between, when I was maybe 15, 16 years old to about even 19 or 20, the biggest prize that we saw was $2,000 a piece. And that was Lords of the Floor 2002 when Little John and I battled Kamel and El Nino, but they ended up winning. They El Nino and Kamel ended up winning that, and they got 2,000 each. And at the time, that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, that was like unheard
prize
of.
money.
Little John and I were upset on that flight back home, but we still ended up getting $500 a piece, and that was still good. So you couldn't be too mad. So and again, those were like high level competitions. So it wasn't a competition just catered to kids, you know, or youth.
Yeah.
This was everybody. So at the time, winning that type of money in those type of categories, it's probably equivalent to what today B-boys or B-girls are getting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Prestigious.
yeah, so the prestigious competitions, and so that, you know, we really try to do something that it is incentivizing and it is motivating for you guys to be able to participate and get involved, because you can do a lot with, you know, $1,200. You can do a lot with $2,500.
Yeah.
Our last event, we paid out, you know, $35,000 in cash. This is $25,000 in cash and prizes spread out.
First place got 5 G's, right?
Yeah, first place got $5,000. Second place got $2,500 in our last event. Yeah.
Can I share something?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it the initial investment with Break Free you made was $5,000?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
So now, fast forward all these years later, first place for a competition we did online was $5,000, and you were able to start that was your initial investment into Break Free.
Yeah, I remember I started Break Free in 2011 with $5,000. Didn't know what we were getting ourselves into, but to be able to give that, it's still a lot of money. You know, it's a huge give back to the scene, to the community. But at the same time, you know, Break Free was able to do that, and we're very thankful and fortunate for that. But it is a trip to think about that you know, Break Free started with $5,000. We're in 2020 now. We just gave away $35,000.
Yeah.
We have a staff of nearly 20 plus people, with instructors, managers, directors, accounting, all of the above. And
I brought that up though because you're big on this, and with the past competition, you talked a lot about self-investing.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I would love for the B-boys and B-girls in the scene to start to look into things like taking workshops and competing and, you know, being a part of the community in more ways than one, as every single effort that you do in that is a self-investment, you know, effect and matter that you are doing.
Yeah,
so
let's
every
talk about
competition
that.
you enter, if it's $30, if you pay $20 to get in. I know a lot of people talk about this within our scene, like, oh man, this is too much, this is too much. But if you have trust in your scene, if you have trust with the hip hop culture, and you know that the people organizing this have these ideals in mind, you should, on one side of it, support, and on the second side, invest into yourself and know that this could lead into this, you know?
Yeah, let's talk about that, because you bring up a good point. You know, all events have an admission fee to get into the door. There's an entry fee to the door. And as you mentioned, I'm really big on like self-investing and long-term investing as well. But like, I'm really big in just believing that what I give to somebody or something, I believe that there's a return behind it. So anytime I went to B-Boy Summit, Freestyle Session, Pro-Am, or any other event, even when in some cases I was offered to get in for free, you know, maybe because, I don't know, maybe they knew who I was or they thought that it was out of respect, I've always offered to pay, because first of all, my contribution is to the scene. Right? And I'm not saying I have anything against the promoters, but there's a lot of people who are like, well, I'm not supporting that promoter. But it's not about supporting the promoter.
Yeah.
It's about supporting the scene.
Yeah.
The scene and the community stays alive, and it thrives by our contribution or by our support.
Yes.
Right? So every event that I go to, I always pay no matter what. And I've even offered for other people, like if they didn't have the funds, I'd offer to pay for them. Even when I didn't have any money, because it's important for us to do that, because it's what thrives our scene. It's the way it continues. It's literally a circle of life.
Yeah.
If it stops, everything stops.
Yeah, it's along the lines of like, if you can't believe in yourself, what's going to make other people believe in you? So on a community-wide level, if we are not willing to support each other, whether it's $5 for this, $10 for this, $15 for this, what is going to make anybody else want to invest $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $100,000? We have to show ourselves that we believe in each other first before taking things to another level.
You hit the nail on the head, and that's what happens. And we talked about this in the past in like previous podcasts, but like what happens even too when you talk about the growth of our scene, whether it's competitive or still street level, kind of underground level, dancing or whatever, or events, you're not going to have major corporate sponsors provide more capital or more funds to the scene or more money to the scene if they're not seeing responsibility within our scene. And responsibility starts within every individual. And so that's why it's important for us to continue that circle of life or whatever to essentially or eventually become an ecosystem within itself to where we can live off of what we love to do. 5 years ago, there weren't many people living off breaking. Now, 5 years later, there's more people that are starting to thrive and live off breaking.
5 years from now.
And 5 years from now, there'd be even more. And one of Break Free's goals is to be able to do that.
Yes.
But it starts with a self-investment. You have to be able to invest and trust the process, right? And you hear that a lot as well. But believe me, trust the process. It will happen. There's a funny saying here. You know, a lot of people on the back end may not know this, but like my sister runs the accounting side for Break Free, and you know, she always kind of looks. She always looks at the things that we do, and she just looks at us and she says, "Freaking little break dancers." You know, she says it as a joke, but the way she's saying it, it's like a compliment because you know we start from nothing, right? And like just dancing, and all of a sudden, you know, we have this company that's growing, that's opening up schools, online schools, running big competitions, giving away big cash prizes, have a staff of 20 plus people and constantly giving back. And I'm not here to talk about Break Free, but I'm using it as a motivating factor.
It's
that
hip hop culture.
I'm using
breaking the breaking community.
Yeah, I'm using it as this. When people thought I was dumb for contributing and investing more into the breaking scene early as I did, and in so many cases I questioned myself too, because I was, you know, not hurt by maybe the lack of support, but it's a lack of understanding. And that's why I think that educational components are important, just as we're talking about today about self-investing and trusting that, you know, what you give,
one way or the other, you're getting it back, whether it's monetarily or just something that's going to just brighten your day in the near future because of what you did for somebody or what you did for an event or what you did for the culture. And I think that so many of us, we jump in or we dive into something expecting a quick return, and it does not happen like that. So when people see what we're doing now, when you really think about it, okay, Break Free started 9 years ago. 9 years is still it's almost a decade. But then you think about my personal history in breaking, it's 25 years. Yeah. So it's 25 years of constant contribution to the scene. How many
with 9 years of business.
Day ones did you have? How many different day ones?
Tomorrow's a day one.
Tomorrow's a day.
Tomorrow's a day one, and so you know those are key things to remember. And so for everybody tuning in, we don't want you to think that it happens like this. And in some cases, it might. Right? Some cases it might.
TikTok.
And I hope that it does, but. Follow
me more on TikTok on that note.
But yeah, it's just important to really trust and believe in what you're doing, and believe that your investment, whether it's $5, $2, $30, $100, or $100,000, wherever that it goes, truly believe in that it will bring a return. When you stop believing is when you stop working towards it, because you can't stop. You can have all the belief that you want, but because you have belief, it's not everything. You got to put the work behind it, right? And so on the front end, you know, we have this amazing, you know, platform to be able to communicate and talk to you guys. But on the back end, you know, a lot of this stuff costs money and, you know, time. And we have, you know, MVP who works here, and we have other people on the other side of the building who are doing their thing. We got Gus in his office creating marketing content, and so like
Gus Bus.
It's a lot that goes into this, and so I'm not saying that we're the only ones. When you get involved with events, podcasts, appreciate their time and their contribution, and value the investment that you're putting in, whether it's time or money, because it's going into a good place. People are actually working, trying to provide more resources for everybody. And so, it's crazy that 9 years ago, $5,000 was the start of just kind of an open facility for, b-boys and b-girls and hip-hop heads to come through and hang out.
Yeah, but I brought that up. I brought that up for that reason, man. We listed the prize money, and when you go to our IG and you see this prize breakdown of everything, I think you need to view kind of like on the side. There's a side note for each one of those prizes.
Yeah.
Like, yes, first place is $2,500, but do you really know what this could turn into if you win this? So if the contribution fee is $30, your $30 could get you this, and not even if you don't win. I see Killer 4 in our chat box. Shout out to Killer 4, the MVP of the Asia Pacific region. Older guys should support their young generation, not just teaching them moves and all about the culture, but to teach them how to support each other. I think that's the most important part to teach this young generation. Peace, love, break free worldwide. Yes, shout out to Killer 4. And with him, he didn't win, but how much of a return do you think Killer 4 got out of that?
Oh,
so he won the MVP and got $250, but also besides that, he made a fan out of me.
Me too. Yeah.
And it's like when COVID-19 subsides and everything goes back to normal, I would love to get Killer 4 out here and train with him and build with him, So like that could be his return off of it, and so many other people, even just people within the chat box.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to DJ Vinzel, CC. I feel like we've established relationships, connection with these people, and who knows what that could turn into,
Yeah.
So
and, right here, Dose says, huge respect to the financial aspect in these tournaments. You're putting some food on people's plates. And you're absolutely right. That's so true. And events aren't happening, and who knows when they'll start to happen again. But at least these online events are something. There's something that provide, and it's better to have something that provides than have nothing at all. And so for those people that maybe talk down on it, maybe you should think about it before you say something bad about it, because it's providing for someone that didn't have what they were able to get from these platforms. Mm-hmm. And so we have to be careful how we communicate a message. And that's why messaging is so powerful. We have to be careful what we say, right? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not how you dance, it's how you dance it, or whatever. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. I mean, and those things are absolutely true, because you never know how someone's going to take it, right? Some people are built stronger and have thicker skins, and others don't. They might read a comment and be like, man, I don't even know why I'm doing this anymore. Mm-hmm. And then that's the end of their career. Mm-hmm. And that sucks. Mm-hmm. That sucks. Who are we to stop someone from believing in themselves? You know what I mean?
I talked about this with Abrams, who is an ambassador for the Solidarity Battle. And we talked about, he was the ambassador for the Africa East region, but even just in general, we talked about how everybody at some point within their careers, their artistic careers, has a boost or somebody that believes in them, Yeah. And I relate that personally. Like, I had so many people believing in me. I had you believing in me. I had my brother. I had Koro. I feel lucky to have that. Yeah. And for some people, it might be only one person, or for some people, it might be 0 people. And it might, for those people who don't have, as much as other people when it comes to that spark and that push, a simple cosign, a simple like, a follow, a shout out, that could be their spark. That could be the one thing that pushes them to the next level. So
yeah, you're absolutely right.
I'm really grateful, and I am gracious of my opportunities and the people who believed in me, and that makes me gracious and see the bigger picture and perspective wise. Look at how things like this, and how things like social media, and how things like uplifting each other is key in this culture.
Yeah, and I want everybody to understand too. It's like, again, on the front end, a lot of this stuff looks like it's fun, and it is. It's absolutely, it's a lot of fun, absolutely fun. But on the back end, we're having constant meetings trying to figure out what is best for Break Free, what is best for the community, and it's a lot of work. Like, some of us are working around the clock, and now I'm kind of going into like father figure mode, but like someone like yourself, Palmer, Beast, and all these other, everybody that works for Break Free, like, they're constantly giving their time to be a part of what we're doing and grow it, and so like anytime anybody talks down on it, it's almost like, dang, man, like, people just need to understand more, because we do it for you guys. Like, if we didn't believe in what we did, we wouldn't believe in you, and we wouldn't continue to create another event, and so like, it's important for you guys to be patient with us, understand that there will be errors, but most importantly, the overall and this global picture and the big picture is that we're trying to generate impact within our community to impact more and create more together. But it has to start somewhere. And if we're pretty resourceful or we have the platforms to do it, then let's do it. And hopefully that sparks more interest for other people to get involved. And I mentioned this before through the event, through the Solidarity event, or through even previous podcasts. It's like, if there's a way for you guys, like if you're in a city or in a country, wherever you're from, and you feel like, you know, a break free hip hop school or a break free program or something can happen there, we're willing to listen. Like, we're willing to listen, because literally we want to take this everywhere. What we're doing, we want to take it everywhere. We don't only want it to be in Houston. We literally want to open up a school everywhere that we can, where people are passionate about it, though, you know, and we want to help you build a career off of it. But it has to start somewhere. It has to start somewhere, and you have to believe in the investment that you're making to also get there, right? So, you know, we want you guys to know that what we do is to connect and partner with you. So it's not just about Break Free, but it's about your involvement in what it can create for us and how we can come together and create something bigger. So I think that's pretty deep, but I want people to understand, you know, what we do. Is there anybody that wants to jump on with us? I don't know if anybody...
What's the word MVP? We got nobody?
Yeah, we have a link in our kind of in our description.
Yeah.
There's a Zoom link there. If you want to join in and have a chat with us, that'd be awesome.
It's in the chat box now.
So in the chat box, there's a Zoom link. If you want to come on and share some words or exchange some thoughts.
5 minutes.
It'd be really dope if you guys can jump on.
Yeah, while people join in on that, to wrap up Break Free Day, our registration for that is opening tomorrow. So a lot of people have been hitting us up. They've been seeing the info and they want to register right away. But registration is opening tomorrow, similar to how we had registration open for Solidarity Battle Worldwide Championship. You are going to go to the website, breakfreeworldwide.com, go to our event section. You'll see register now for it. Fill out a simple form and you'll be registered and ready to go for our live prelims.
Yeah, we don't need a video from you guys.
Yeah, no video, because we have live prelims going down June 29th. So if you enter the battle, you automatically going into our broadcast days for the live prelims. Our judges are going to judge you similar to like at a real jam. You throw a showcase round, you get your score. We announce the top 64. The next day we're doing top 64 for every single category, which is a new component, a new thing, but I think it's dope and it fits perfect for the online format. You know,
and not only that, we want to give more people a shot. You know, I think there's a lot of, you know, dope dancers out there, and I think that they need an opportunity to shine. And you know, it's hard nowadays. It's hard to make top 32.
Yeah,
you got to be coming with it, but at least, you know, we can open up 32 more spots and give people an opportunity to you know, get one of those spots in the bracket. And so it's important. It is different. It's way more competitors, but hopefully that sparks up interest to maybe even do 128 one day.
Yeah,
you know, have just a huge tournament, huge competition.
MVP reacted off of that one. The top 128.
Yeah, so it'd be incredible.
Yeah, and
hopefully Moy doesn't sleep. It's gonna be heavy. Yeah.
And some other cool aspects of it, we actually are part of the Worldwide Escape series. This info will be going out this week too, but we're doing a cool initiative where if you post around on your IG and you tag Create Your Escape and Break Free Worldwide, myself, Moy, Palmer, or Beast Boogie will hit you up and provide feedback to you on your round, on your breaking, direct to you on your Instagram. So this is a cool initiative. We're taking a part of the workshop, but I think we'll carry this into even Break Free Day and our online school registration, as to if you want to hear feedback from us, the Break Free Pioneers, myself, Moy, Anthony, or Palmer, post your round, tag Break Free Worldwide, Create Your Escape, and we will personally DM you and build with you and start a working teacher relationship with you to build on you in your break and provide feedback.
Yeah,
I think that's a really cool aspect, because I think about, we were talking about Kenny earlier, like how dope would it be to hear from Kenny to give you personal feedback. And somebody might look at you as their Ken Swift, or they really look up to Palmer or Beast Boogie. Yeah. And if they're able to get constructive criticism from somebody who's been in this 20 years plus, I think that's a really dope aspect. So Break Free Day opening tomorrow. The registration, judges are going out today. Go to our Instagram to see who's judging for it.
Do we have a launch time for that yet?
2 p.m. tomorrow, Central Standard Time.
For the so it's opening tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
But the judges are going to be released today.
Yeah, by 6 p.m. tonight.
6 p.m.
So
6 p.m. Houston time.
Yes. So in the next 4 hours, you'll see the judges announce. Get you hype and get ready for registration tomorrow. The same process as well of Break Free Prelims. Use the hashtag Break Free Prelims. Post you around, and then we can hit you up and guide you through the registration process if you would like to register for the battle as well. So.
Yeah, so if we don't have anybody tuning in or logging on with us, and let's just sign out real quick. So
shout out to Monkey J, DJ Vinzel, all the people in our chat box, Leon, CC.
We appreciate everybody that's tuning in with us weekly, and anytime we do an event. You guys are appreciated. We need your support. We need your energy. Again, every Tuesday, this is our podcast. Every Tuesday, 2 p.m. Central Time. Houston time. This is what we do. We get up and we connect and build with you guys. And so looking forward to all the upcoming podcasts that we have. We also have 2 other podcasts that are now running. Monday, which is Escapism. Basically, it's a live session with Jeremy and Palmer with links for you guys to connect and share your rounds live on the spot. And this coming Friday, we have the launch of our Refresh Friday, which is kind of an educational component where we kind of sift and go through footage and talk about it and commentate on it, and just build on past battles, past events, things that have happened within our culture. So that's going to be fun. So don't forget, guys, 3 major podcasts, and hopefully there'll be more that Break Free's doing. Registration opening tomorrow for Break Free Day. We got the Break Free Escape workshop already going May 28th or May 30th. Registration has been open, so if you're interested in that, go sign up, breakfreeworldwide.com. We appreciate all the love and support. Much love. You already know.
Shout out to our sponsors, Monster Energy, Houston Media Source. Much love, everybody. What did we learn today? What's the final message?
Contribution. Continue to contribute, be resourceful, and help people.
Oink, oink.
Peace, y'all.
Have you ever wanted to have your own TV show? We can make that happen at Houston Media Source. When you walk in the door, all you need is an idea. We have everything you need. Studios, cameras, lights, microphones, and more. All professional quality and state-of-the-art. Get started by attending one of our free orientation sessions every Monday at 6 p.m. at our studios at 410 Roberts near Minute Maid Park. Get more information online at hmstv.org. Make your voice heard with Houston Media Source.